Good morning, and thank you very much for sticking around away from the entertainment that is brought to you by the Good Morning Uganda Friday special. It is good to have your company once more. Welcome along to this special program where we're going to be discussing awards, but awards taking the direction of the accounting side of things. Of course, anyone in the world doing anything really needs to be appreciated. And if at all you're not appreciated as much, at times you get to realize that maybe you lose focus or you lose the morale to continue doing what you're doing. Now, our conversation this morning is taking us to the 2024 Accountancy Service Awards. How can you join? How can you be part of the awards? Can you be a well-wisher? How can you partner? How can you sponsor? All of those questions are to be answered this very morning here in this special program on UBC. Good morning again. I am Jerome Paul Sonko. I have three guests in studio this morning, and I'm going to do the honors of introducing them, and they will as well do the honors of sending in greetings to all of you who are watching us and to every accountant in the country. Now, the 2024 Accountancy Service Awards brought to you by the Institute of Certified Public Accountants of Uganda is the reason we are having this conversation this morning. Now, quickly run to my guests in the order of how they are seated in studio this morning. On my extreme left is CPA Charles Businje. Now, Charles Businje is the reigning Young Accountant of the Year, and he's also an accountant at the Uganda Electricity Generation Company Limited. A very good morning, Charles, and thank you for joining us.
Good morning.
All right. And next to him is CPA Ronald Mutumba, who is the Vice President of the Institute of Certified Public Accountants of Uganda. A very good morning, CPA Ronald, and thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you, Jerome. Good morning to our viewers. Thank you for hosting us this morning.
Pleasure's ours this morning. And then the lady who is close to me is Nancy Akulo. Now, Nancy serves as the head of communications at the Institute of Certified Public Accountants of Uganda. A very good morning, Nancy, and thank you for joining us.
Good morning, Jerome, and I'm happy to be here.
All right, let me get into quick introductions from your side of things as you're greeting my viewers. I'll rush to CPA Mutumba first when it comes to sending greetings to whoever is watching you this morning.
Oh, thank you, Jerome. I send greetings to our members of the Institute of Certified Public Accountants of Uganda, our students who aspire to become CPAs like us, and to the general public in whose interests we serve the profession and the nation.
And now, you still say something?
And to my family, obviously.
Oh, okay, yeah. And to the family who is, which is watching us this morning. Yeah. Let me get to CPA Charles Businje. Charles, your greetings?
I want to send greetings to colleagues, mostly CPAs, to aspiring accountants. I mean, the ICPA is all about people who want to join the accounting profession and regulating those who are already professionals. I want also to send out greetings to even people who are not really accountants but are affected by our services.
Okay. And now let me head to the head of communications. And in the communication world, these are people who speak on behalf of the Institute or anyone who speaks on behalf of the organization. Nancy, your greetings.
Thank you, Joram. I want to send greetings to my employer, who I represent this morning. That's the Institute of Certified Public Accountants of Uganda, my colleagues at the office, and of course my family at home.
All right, now let me get to CPA Ronald Mutumba. Tell us more about the Institute of Certified Public Accountants of Uganda.
Thank you, Jerome. The Institute of Certified Public Accountants of Uganda is a statutory body established by an Act of Parliament in 1992. Now the Accountants Act of 2013. And it is the professional accountancy organization that we have in Uganda that has got the mandate to do two things. One, to regulate the accountancy profession in the country, and also to regulate the conduct of accountants in the country. The Institute has got international affiliations. We are members of the International Federation of Accountants. We are members of the Pan-Africa Federation of Accountants. And we are also members of the Association of Education Assessments in Africa. This is to emphasize that we are part of the global network of the accounting profession in the country. And in pursuing our mandate to regulate accountancy and also regulate accountants, we execute a number of roles, including professional accountancy education, setting of accountancy standards within the country, continuous professional development of accountants. It's very important that we're always up to speed with the dynamics within the country. Licensing of accountancy practitioners and accounting firms, enrollment of membership to the accountancy profession, ensuring quality assurance in our execution of responsibilities, and also disciplinary and investigative procedures regarding our professionals. So in brief, that's what it's all about, and mainly to emphasize, ensure that the accountancy profession executes its mandate in the public interest.
Which brings me to the question of who is in the right position to enroll at ICPA, if that is the right way to even frame it, because I want to know who is qualified to join the institute.
At the top of the qualification framework, the important thing is you should sit our examinations, and pass the examinations, and have the required practical experience training, which is a minimum of 3 years, and then apply for membership. Now, the choice is up to you how to prepare yourself for our examinations. You can go through a self-study program, you can attend a class with different tuition providers, but most importantly, you must pass the exam. We also have colleagues who pursue their initial training and qualifications through other foreign accountancy qualifications. They also have a number of our exams that they have got to do as part of the application.
Okay.
Now, you don't have to have come from a specific background. Anyone can train to be an accountant, but not everyone can become an accountant.
Okay. Yeah. Everyone can train, but not everyone
can become.
Yeah. Interesting words there. Let's get into the 2024 Accountancy Awards. Briefly, I want to know from both of you, Akolo and CPA Ronald, what is so special about these awards this time around? And briefly let the viewer know everything behind the formation of the awards first, and then why we have this edition as well.
Our Accountancy Service Awards are our premium awards as an institute for excellence in not only the profession, but service to the community. So we have got a wide range of awards. And also, most importantly, is it is a duty to recognize, we believe, to recognize excellence. So the awards have been around since the year 2015. Okay. So this will be our 9th session for the awards. But like I said, majorly the important thing is to recognize excellence, both within the profession and beyond the profession.
Okay. And the 2024 Accountancy Service Awards, of course, as well spoken, is we want to appreciate those within the profession, and also see that people are really appreciated. Like I mentioned in the opener, you really need some appreciation that will keep you moving in one way or the other. Now let's look into the categories of the awards that we have for this edition of 2024.
We have got the Gold Service Award. Then we have got the CPA of the Year Award. We have the Young Accountant of the Year Award. We also have the Women Accountant of the Year Award. We have the Finance Team of the Year Award, and we also have the Accounting Firm of the Year Award. Then we have got Regional Members Network Award. and we also have the Institutional Partner of the Year award. Then we also have
Now, that specific category is open to the general public in terms of both who can be nominated and who can nominate. For the other categories, you must be a member of the institute or a student to nominate. But for this specific award, because of the nature of the award, we basically recognizing charity work, community service, anything that a member of the public has done to support the community. So members of the public can nominate for that award, and then students and members of the institute can nominate for the other categories.
Well, CPA Mutumba, I also need to know on the same matter of nominations and who can nominate. How do these accountants nominate or choose amongst themselves?
For starters, the accountant, for emphasis, is a member of the institute.
Thank you.
So as a member of the institute, they have access to our portal, online portal, and it's at icpau.co.ug, and they will log into their accounts and then be able to nominate the nominees.
Okay, now let me get into understanding how important it is to win such an award. I did mention we do have an award winner here in studio this morning, and we need to know and hear from his side of things, from the horse's mouth, the experience he has kind of got ever since he won as a Young Accountant of the Year. Now, this is CPA Charles Pusinje. Charles, take us through this journey and your experience as an award winner. and then also the fact that you're the reigning Young Accountant of the Year, what does it add to you as an accountant? And then which places have you moved as the reigning Young Accountant of the Year?
Well, I must say it's very exciting,
Okay.
Especially when you're recognized by a regulator. It's like when you have your children and you reinforce and reward good performance. It kind of elevates them and gives them esteem. It's what really ICPA is doing. Now, the Young Accountant of the Year award is given to a member who is below the age of 35 and demonstrates the tenets of a professional accountant in terms of leadership, in terms of professional conduct, in terms of technical proficiency. And who is better to nominate such a person than people that he works with, people who know him, students who have experienced the way he does work and the way he handles the profession. I was nominated by so many people in 2023 and I won the award. I must say it was a pretty good year. What this award does is it elevates you. It gives you a platform. I cannot tell you how many times I've been approached by different accountants, different students. Of recent, I've had a discussion with university students over LinkedIn because I could not be there
all
with
of them physically.
Yes, but they inbox me and search for knowledge, for wisdom, and I give mentorship. But also, for me, really, it's the networking. It gives you a platform to speak to different people, to people who have spent some good time in the profession. They have very good advice for you on how you can progress. But to people also who are aspiring to be like you, you have a voice that they can listen to, and it's ecstatic, I can say. So it's overall been a good experience.
I don't know if you've already nominated or you're going to nominate someone also.
Well, I would like again, but you know, the profession is huge. It's scaled, so many accountants out there, and there are so many people who are aspiring to be like you. So it's like being in a leadership position and you don't want to leave.
Okay.
So
Because I wanted to ask CPA Mutumba rather, if we have the opportunity of renominating a past winner, is there any way to stipulate it in the awards nominations categories, and I can nominate someone who is already a reigning winner of a certain category, and then he gets back into?
That's an interesting one. We have not had that experience because in most of what we do, we are guided by the ethics, and would expect that you can't be a serial winner. Yeah. So it's best practice that a winner will not be re-awarded, except perhaps in very exceptional circumstances.
And CPA, let me get back to you faster here. If you're to look at the aspiring accountants that we do have in the country, from those you've interacted with, the young, the experienced as well, if you are to just give a projection of the fact that this is a sector that is now growing, it's a profession that is exciting for many of those who want to be part of the accounting, to be an accountant, I should say. What advice could you give them? And then with the experience you've shared among us, everyone you've met this past 1 year or the previous years as an accountant, how far do you see the accounting profession in Uganda?
Oh, there are beautiful things for this profession, I can tell you. One thing is for sure, our profession is a very growing and dynamic profession. It changes the standards that we follow, our methods of work. Everything is just changing. When you look at an accountant many years ago, 5, 10 years ago, and the accountant today, they play very different roles. The accountant 10, 15 years ago was a number cruncher. They were in Excel, they were doing manual things. The accountant today is a boardroom accountant. Is an accountant who adds value in terms of the advice they can give. And I think that's what the Institute is really about. They're about shaping an accountant that is all-round. So for people who are aspiring to be accountants, there has never been a better time to be an accountant than now.
Okay.
Because where we are going, and I know we are in it to make the money ultimately. The money is there when the value is there. And what we are providing is the value.
Okay.
And the advice I would give to the people out there who are aspiring, who are in school, is just go hard on it. Just put in the work, go to school, and when you get to your senior 6, when you get to graduate from campus, just enroll for CPA. Because the feeling of being certified and fostering trust in potential and prospective employers is one that really is going to earn you the money. Because whoever is going to give you a job does not want to know that you only have a degree. They want to know, I can trust this person with my money. I can trust this person to tell me the things I want to hear, to give me the advice that I need for my business to run.
Oh, okay. And well, of course, every company looks for someone who adds value to them. The value is very important with this day and age, technology, innovation. So you have to keep up to speed with the same. Let me get to CPA Mutumba. Let's get to the roadmap of 2024's Accountancy Service Awards. When are the awards? When are we opening up for the nominations, or are they already opened? Let's get into that.
Okay. Thank you, Jerome. Nominations were opened on the 1st of August 2024, and they'll be closing on the 17th August.
So we have so far had a week of the nominations.
We have had a week of the nominations. We close on the 17th August. And we encourage all members and the general public to access our website and be able to nominate. After the nominations have closed, then we'll have to go through the process of vetting and selection based on the criteria that has been defined, and thereafter present to the general public at the Accountancy Service Awards that will be held on the evening of the 6th of September 2024.
And Mr. Kulo, you want to add something on that?
Yes, he said most of it, but maybe just for members of the public to know, the Accountancy Service Awards coincide with the Institute's annual seminar. The annual seminar is the largest workshop for accountants in Uganda.
That takes so everyone, whether you're certified or not.
Yes, that one takes members, students, even members of the public can attend.
Okay.
So, and because we have such a big audience at the annual seminar, that's one of the reasons why the Accountancy Service Awards were placed there. So, if you want to attend the Accountancy Service Awards, you'd need to register for the annual seminar. Registration is still open via the Institute's website.
Okay.
And the annual seminar starts on 4th of September up to 6th. And then on the evening of 6th September, that's when we will have the Accountancy Service Awards.
Well, CPA Mutumba, for anyone who wants to know more about the awards, the Accountancy Service Awards, what do they need to do? How can they access more information? And then I want to believe there are some who are only getting the information today, even though they are in the accounting profession. So we need to know, how can they access more information regarding the same in order to be part of the awarding ceremony, or even nominate other people next year, or even today?
Okay. We encourage the general public and our members to log on to our website, www.icpau.co.ug, where you can access information regarding the Accountancy Service Awards for the year 2024, and also be able to nominate. We're also ensuring that we also take on a push approach, and we're sharing information on our different media platforms on our Twitter page. Our handle is icpau.co.ug. We're also our LinkedIn page and also Facebook. We're also open to accessing us at the Secretariat on the different platforms that we have got.
Okay, and I think the other question I wanted to ask is, normally from the universities, many of us who are not in accounting go to have intakes, and you know that maybe in January there is an intake, in August there is an intake. Now students are enrolling in various universities. Is this the same with the institute?
The institute, well, as we are educating accountants to be, we don't offer the training. We recommend the training methods. So the choice of study is entirely up to the students. Now that influences when you decide to enroll.
Okay.
And our enrollment process is, first you have to enroll as a student, and this you can do at any time of the year. Okay. Enrollment is, the whole process also starts online, and as usual we'll need your data and to pay enrollment fees as a student. Thereafter, the choice is again up to the student when they choose to attempt exams. Now we have got 3 examination dates in every year. We have got a sitting in the last week of May and early June. Then we have got a second sitting that is in August, in the second last week of August. Then we have got a sitting that takes place in the last week of November. So it is entirely up to a student to choose when and which diet they want to sit for. And for each diet, you register to sit exams. So for us, enrollment does not imply becoming an ongoing student. It means registering as a student, and you take the choice of when you want to sit exams. My recommendation to students is dependent on your qualifications. If you're coming straight from senior 6, enroll and at each level attempt a minimum of 3 papers. That should enable you then to be able to complete the course in at least 2.5 years to 3 years if you sat for the exams at each of the 3 diets. And if you're coming from university, you usually have the opportunity of having exemptions. We would also encourage that you choose to sit at least 2 or more papers, because we have those coming from universities who are usually already in employment, so that you give yourself also at least 3 years, 2.5 to 3 years to complete.
Now I have a question that goes to the both of you, but I'll start with Nancy. Ahead of the Accountancy Service Awards 2024, what are some of those partners that are on board to make sure that these awards are a success?
Yeah, that's an important question, because these organizations, some of them have been with us for a while. They've really partnered with us consistently. So one of them is a deposit protection fund.
DPF?
Yes, DPF. They are sponsoring the annual seminar, which is the event at which the ASA awards will be. Yes. So we have DPF, we have Ernst & Young. Ernst & Young is an accounting firm. We have Baker Tilly, which is also an accounting firm. We have the Insurance Regulatory Authority. And then we have Crow. Crow is also an accounting firm. So far, those are the ones we have, but we are still receiving other partners. So this is a call to any organization out there that would like to partner with the Institute in organizing the annual seminar to please reach out to us, and then we can talk more and work out something.
Okay. CPA Mutuba, on that particular comment that she has made, when it comes to the partners, which partners are you looking at here? Do we want also maybe the government support or majorly private sector players, especially accounting firms?
We are open to partnerships. We don't intend to close out who we can partner with. So we are open to partnerships with enterprises in the public sector and also enterprises in the private sector. To emphasize, we are not making a request to share in the government vote. We're not making an interest to share in the government vote, but we're also open to ministries, departments of government and other government agencies to work with us, because our annual seminar is a flagship event of the Institute of Certified Public Accountants, and the attendance is 1,500 attendees. So it's a vehicle that can be used properly to send through a message, yeah? Whether it is a business message coming from the private sector, or even a message from an MDA, a ministry or department or agency of government that needs to mainstream a government program. So we are open to all.
Okay, and let me get the parting shots, but I would love to have the parting shots to come in the form of advice, words of encouragement, and sharing experiences from each one of you to the accountants who are already in the workspaces, but besides that, those who are willing to join the awards this time around, to nominate maybe, and even those who are already at the Institute. I'll start off with the reigning young accountant of the year, CPA Charles Businje. Off with you in regards to the parting shots.
My parting shots would be especially to the accountants. Our work is very instrumental in keeping businesses running. We do quite a number of things that ensure a business is alive. It takes trust from your employers, from the general public, because we handle money, and money is very sensitive. So in that regard, I advise them to keep that trust. If you've been trusted, keep trustworthy. For the upcoming students, accounting is not an easy profession. Like we said, it's dynamic. So it requires you to keep evolving. The students that are upcoming and are aspiring, the Bible normally quotes and says that for you to keep hot, you need to be around hot people. So if you want to be a hot accountant,
you need to be around hot accountants.
Be around hot accountants. Yeah. And that would be it, I think. Thank you.
Okay, now let me get to Nancy Akulo, the Head of Communications at the Institute of Certified Public Accountants of Uganda. Let me get your parting shots and also your words of encouragement to those who are willing to enroll at ICPAU.
Okay, I'll start with the one about the Accountancy Service Award. So, Joram, for me, my call is really to members of the public to nominate these awards, and not only for accountants. We've opened it up to members of the public to participate, especially for the unique humanitarian category. We've recognized people like, do you remember Professor Ogwang, the one who invented the COVID treatment? Yes, we've had Dr. Lawrence Mulindwa. We've had last year, but we had Dr. Rose Alenyo, and last year we had Rotarian Stephen Mwanje. So these are people in the community that are doing impactful things to change lives. So we want to be able to recognize them and let the world know about these things they're doing. So please nominate. You can visit the website, as CPA Mutumba said, and you can be able to nominate your candidate. And then word of encouragement, I won't deviate from what CPA Businje said. You know, CPA is doable. Many people think it's it's difficult to pass. Yes, it is difficult because you need to qualify, you need to go through the process. So it's not easy, I don't want to lie, but it is doable if you're committed. If you're committed and if you give time to your studies, you need those skills.
Okay, let me now rush to the Vice President of the Institute of Certified Public Accountants of Uganda, that is CPA, Ronald Mutumba, who is also on set with us. In your parting shots, I want the words of encouragement. There are so many young aspiring accountants, and there are also those professionals or young professionals who are already in the field, and many of them are having hardships in regards to enrollment, or others who have already enrolled, but they're also having hardships within, you know, the entire working profession. What advice could you give to them, and also maybe calling upon the public to take part of the awards?
The advice I would give is rooted in our new strategic plan that we rolled out early this year. As accountants, we have committed to create impact within our communities. So those of us who have already qualified, and more so our members, let us strive to ensure that we create impact in our communities. And that means that the word or the message to those who are aspiring to become accountants, let this guide you to appreciate that as accountants, we work in the public interest. So it is a very tight calling for us. If you're going to work in the public interest, it means the public needs to trust your expertise. The public needs to trust your ethics. So you should prepare yourself for stringent training process. So whereas the message around is the course is very difficult and the expectations are very high, that is because you've got to go through it so that you can get trusted. But however, if you were born to be an accountant, you will not this process because others have gone through this process. And I want to re-emphasize this word of encouragement. Don't listen to the naysayers. Impossible is a mindset. Yeah. If it is your calling, take on the challenge, challenge yourself, and that is why you will be valued. And to the general public, we work in the interest of the general public, and what we are selling to you is not only our services, but also selling to you our integrity. And we call upon the general public to look out and be sure that you are taking on the services of an accountant. And an accountant, as defined by the Accountants Act, is a member of the Institute of Certified Public Accountants. That will save you from working with quacks, those who pretend to be accountants. And you will be on the safe side of your affairs. So the message is build trust. To the young ones who are aspiring, trust yourself that you can become one of us, but not everyone can become an accountant. Yeah.
There you have it. And just to quickly remind you that the 2024 Accountancy Service Awards will be taking place on the 6th of September of this very year. Now that will be at the Imperial Resort Beach Hotel during the 29th ICPAU Annual Seminar. Need I say more? I have a quote that I have in my mind every morning, that if opportunities of success locate you, choose to believe you deserve them. So take your shot and enroll. You never know the opportunities that are coming your way. Now, I'll just quickly run you through my guests this morning. I've been having CPA Charles Businje. Now, Charles Businje is the reigning Young Accountant of the Year, and then also he's also an accountant at the Uganda Electricity Generation Company Limited. He did not come along, or he didn't tag alone in studio this morning, because we also have the Vice President of the Institute of Certified Public Accountants of Uganda, that is CPA Ronald Mutumba, who has also been with us this morning, and then Nancy Akulo, who is the head of communications at the Institute of Certified Public Accountants of Uganda. Our conversation were geared around the upcoming Accountancy Service Awards for 2024. Why not be part? Because the nominations are still open till the 17th of August. Correct. And so you can be part of that. The 2024 Accountancy Service Awards. And we are done for now. I am Jerome Paul Sonko here for UBC. Till Monday, we shall be back with Good Morning Uganda. Have yourselves a wonderful weekend. Go make that money. And please be mindful of wherever you're going to enjoy the weekend. Good morning.